PFG Television Center at Red 13 Studios. Welcome to Scorch's PFG TV. I am Lord Dougman W. Godspeed of Nevermore. Tonight, on another action-packed episode, it's the champ, the Hurricane, Peter McNeely. Also, Chris Angel and the Beantown Beauties, featuring our very own Shelley Louise. Ooh la la. We also have exclusive interview and footage with Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad. Yeah! And Scorch's co-host, the humble yet still omnipotent Sebastian. So let's make some noise for your host, Scorch! Oh yeah, baby!
What, you want a roofie? Hey, welcome again to another fine episode of Scorch's PFG TV. Now, so people always wonder, what does PFG stand for? Oh, that felt good. Jim makes the earth move under my feet. Right? Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. PFG, so you know, it stands for People, Fun, and Games.
Yes! Yeah, we're into that.
I tell people that all the time. It stands for whatever you want it to stand for.
I did not know that, sir.
Pizza feels good. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim from Red 13 Media.
Oh, yeah. Well, there goes the SAG check.
Well, the good thing is Jim knows. Jim's like, let's get that beer closer to Scorch. Because, you know, he might not make it through the show.
You know you're the host when they come running out to make sure it's a little bit closer.
Yeah, you know, of course I'll get a bill later on. But
you're a god! You're a god!
Oh, you know what? No.
Scorch over here! Woo! All right, simmer down.
Weekday afternoons, 2 to 7 on Rock 101 and Rock 101.
I did not know that.
Hey, we got a really good show today. Chris Angel is in with a couple of the girls.
We got a great show.
The Beantown Beauties. They have a calendar out, and it all has to do with raising money for breast cancer and breast awareness.
I love breast cancer research.
Yes, you do.
All right.
I know you do.
Thank you.
So we got Chris on the show in a little while. Also, we've got...
Don't tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't.
Oh, you gave me his number, and I was like, come on, this guy's not a real human being. And we're going to actually talk about the day way back when me and him got into a brawl.
I know.
And he seems to forget it. I seem to remember beating the hell out of him.
Who is it?
Peter McNeely, boxer.
Yeah!
He's going to be on the show today.
Hurricane Peter McNeely. He fought Mike Tyson, y'all. Anybody here in the room want to fight Mike Tyson? I don't think so.
No, but I'd like to go on a double date because I know what he does on
with
dates.
Mike Tyson?
Well, not,
that's kind of kinky, boss.
Well, not with Mike Tyson. But,
right.
Hey, you know what? Can I tell you something? Mike has done something I have never have done, and I would give my left testicle to do it. Robin Givens. You know? Because Robin Givens is A-OK in my book.
And I mean that, man.
She's no Shelley Louise from Scorch's PFG TV by any stretch.
Boy, did you remember the interview with Barbara Walters when Mike was interviewed with, what's her name?
Barbara Walters.
No.
Shelley Louise? Robin Givens?
Robin Givens. And boy, did Robin ever give it to Mike. Mike's sitting there and he's like, oh no, I can't believe this is happening. And she was like dagger after dagger. Oh, that was one of the worst interviews I've ever seen by a husband and wife.
Mike Tyson, he made it big, but he's more like a cartoon character.
You almost killed Ray the Radic. He's a killer.
Yeah, he's a killer.
He's a killer. You almost killed
He's from just outside of Albany, New York. I used to go by his house all the time. He's a killer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Would you, what did somebody say about when he bit off somebody's ear?
Right.
What was that?
Oh, that was...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Was that McNeely that said that?
Yeah. We're going to talk to him.
We'll bring that up with Peter McNeely,
with Peter,
okay?
Dad.
Okay, quiet now, for crying out loud. You know what? We have a busy show today. Why don't we get into things with the thing called Weird News, shall we? Weird News, everybody.
Oh, this is weird.
By the way, these lights, I thank you for asking me earlier. These lights are killing me. I'm just getting over the flu now. For those that haven't followed along, literally, the day before Thanksgiving, I went to the hospital with a lung infection. The lung infection then turned into pneumonia.
Matzo ball soup.
It eventually turned into matzo ball soup. You want to see it? Watch. So then I ended up with walking pneumonia. I had 104 and change.
And the boogie woogie flu.
104 fever and change. You know what I mean? I was so delirious.
How delirious were you?
Oh, where the hell is Gene Rayburn when you need him? I was so delirious, I looked at pictures of you, and you look like this.
You were delirious.
Okay, that's how delirious I was.
Wait a minute, let me see. No, this way, let me see. Yeah, he was looking at this already. You know, they say when your fever's really high, guys, that's the best time.
Not for me, it certainly wasn't, you know what I mean?
Well, for soup.
Normally, I can just enjoy that by looking at myself in a mirror, but I couldn't even do that.
You're beautiful.
Mesa, Arizona, a 6-year-old boy called another child an unacceptable name at a daycare center.
Oh, no.
He was sent flying through the air after being punched in the chest by the mother's boyfriend.
Nice guy.
How about that?
Nice guy.
A kid, man, a kid. The entire attack was recorded on a videotape at the center. And on it, the child, I hate to laugh at this, but I'm like that. The child flies approximately 14 feet in the air from punch in the chest. There's a little exaggeration there.
Was it Joey Walenda?
Look it up, young kids. I know what that means. We are getting old. He landed directly on his buttocks, and he slid up a wall in Isla Morada, Florida. That's a story from 4 years ago. Watch ScorchesPFGTV.com for a couple of back episodes.
Oh, man.
According to the court documents, the little boy was so scared he started crying and also urinated in himself after the attack. The anger guy who threw the punch was 33-year-old Javier Dwayne Rouse, who police arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault, and that was on a vulnerable child. He admitted to police he punched the boy, but then he said, I didn't think I punched the child hard enough like an adult would. And then he started bragging, saying, I actually sent the kid flying. Now the only thing that he better hope is that he better hope he keeps his soap airborne as well. Do you know what I mean?
Correcto. You are correct, sir. We hope.
I got one more story here, and we joke about it all the time. Are you ready for this? Since 2006, follow along, kid, because this is kind of weird to understand.
I'm taking notes.
Since 2006, 1.2 million years worth of internet porn has been watched on the internet.
Wow.
So in 7 years, 1.2 million years worth of internet porn has been watched on the internet.
Well, you're like 500,000 years. So that only leaves like 700,000.
That's only, wait a second.
Equal that up.
That's only on the 2 largest free porn sites on the web. Do I give the addresses or not?
Don't do it.
Do I give the addresses?
No, because it'll be clogged up. We can't get there quick enough. It'll be clogged up.
According to these 2 search engines, they also find, ready for this, these 2 sites together contain 735,000 videos. The average video time is 11 minutes. Sibby's only been on 5 of the videos. 2 sites have logged 93 billion views.
Do you know how many Kleenexes that is?
You son of a bitch. And that's weird news, my friends. Oh, my God. What? You wonder why I need this crap. Coming up, we're going to talk to Chris Angel about the B-Town Beauties. As we are live on Scorch's PFG TV, it's Grassroots. Oh my God, welcome back to Scorch's PFG TV. I'm Scorch, Sibby, Shelly, Grassroots, they're in the house, man. On the way, we're still gonna be talking to Chris Angel and the girls from the Beantown Beauties calendar. And
Be still my
you know
heart.
what? Today, as a flashback, the PFG flashback, he's another one of the Celestial Effects artists he mentioned. We're gonna flash back to a very exclusive interview. This was something that made us all very proud because this interview, we not only did the interview, but the reason behind it was they made us put it on their DVD. That was a stipulation. You have to put it on our DVD. Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad is going to be on the show later on today. Hell's yeah!
Yeah.
But right now, I would love to do the segment we call What's Your Beef? Everybody's got something pissing them off at one time or another. Shelly, what do you have that's pissing you off right now, baby? By the way, cool boots.
Thank you. These boots are made for walking.
That's what they'll do.
One of these days.
The boots are gonna walk over me?
Maybe. Anyway, getting back to the topic at hand. My pet peeve is
Good base.
for any of those that have been traveling on an airplane, and traveling these days is as hectic and exhausting as it can be. You're sitting in your seat, and all of a sudden you're just getting jolted forward, and you're like, "Oh no! Please tell me there's not a child behind
I
me."
hate
And it's
that.
kicking, and I swear punching, and you're just. And it's like the parents are like right next to them and just oblivious that their child is like having a temper tantrum, and I'm just, going crazy, and it's like the worst thing. It's like you're just trying to
If
relax.
somebody
I
was
gotta
like
love
5
that.
seats
Oh.
So
behind
annoying.
that. Seriously, if somebody was 5 seats behind that, somebody like me or Sibby watching a girl like you going crazy in the seat, I would not be thinking there's a little kid kicking the back of your chair.
Okay, well,
No.
No
we can
offense,
leave that
but-
for another day. But
Right? That ain't no beef, though. What
is a
about
beef.
What about you, man? What do you got?
Well, I
today?
just want to say though, boy, did you hit it on the head with that one. Because
So
I'm
obnoxious.
the guy. There's like 2 kids on the plane,
Yeah.
and I got the little 2-year-old behind me.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been flying since 1955, and I'm a little bit nervous now,
you
flyer.
must have a lot of frequent flyer
So
miles.
I don't like the turbulence up and down. So when I get a little kid going bang, 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 bang in my chair, I'm like, I want to kill you.
You right?
I've had to turn around before and say, excuse me, please, can you not do that?
But that's one of my beefs is I think that the back of the plane, the last 10
Okay.
rows should only be for families.
Sure, you know what?
Block it off.
The
Block it
families.
off.
That's
Let
it.
me,
You got little kids, get in the back of the plane.
Sorry.
All right,
Let
can I
me,
do my beef now?
Let me extrapolate on that.
All right. Why, you gonna cook something?
Let me tell you something, man, okay? Same thing in restaurants. If you've got a whining, crying little rugrat,
Take him outside.
do not seat him in the booth next to me, because then you wonder why the parents go out crying. The parents end up leaving crying more than the kid because I end up picking on the parents. I went to a restaurant the other day. First of all, the restaurant screwed up every order I had. I ended up with a $90 bill that they gave me for free. They had to bring my order back 4 different times.
Oh, did you bring the roach?
Yeah, but I smoked it with them, so they gave it to me for free. But then they seat us next to this crying, whining little kid. It's like, the restaurant was empty. Why the hell do you put me next to a crying little kid? You know what? I'm not against kids. I understand kids cry. But when you're at a restaurant, that's very aggravating to somebody that does not have kids, does not want kids, does not like to hear kids. You know what? If it was a grown-up, in all fairness, if it was a grown-up talking loudly, saying stupid stuff, I'd be kind of pissed off at that too. But you know what? So I apologize right now. I know the family's watching this show right now. By now, you should have gotten the tortilla out of the kid's mouth. Let him cry all he wants right now. I'm sure he's bawling his eyes out watching this show. But keep the kid at home next time. You know what I mean? Don't you all agree with that? Come on.
I vote for that.
I want the kid to grow up to be a normal, red-blooded American kid that likes hot chicks. Speaking of which, I want to bring out right now our first guest of the night. He's done a lot of great things, including the Beantown Beauties calendar, which, by the way, Red 13 Media also has a part of,
Get out.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in
Red
it.
13 has a... Get out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I understand Anthony went out and found all the chicks for the calendar. Anthony had a special trial. Anthony will not tell us what the trial was about and what entailed in the tryout.
You talking about tail again?
But yet he's been smiling ever since, you know what I mean?
He's got a big smile.
You know what?
That's
Give it up
right.
for Chris Angel and the kids and the
Yeah.
girls from the Beantown Beauties calendar at Scorch's PFG TV. Wow, man. So, do me a favor. Introduce yourself. Tell us. I know you're Chris, obviously. Introduce Shelly, we know who you are. Other two ladies, introduce yourself.
I'm Rhonda Malm.
Yeah.
And I'm Danielle Ringler.
Are those real diamonds in those earrings, Rhonda?
No, they're not.
How many times have you dealt with "Help Me, Rhonda" guys singing that stupid Beach Boys song? Have you ever had that? No.
Quite frequently.
Is that not the most aggravating thing in the world? You know, I mean, don't you just, oh, yo, that's clever.
I mean, it is a classic song, but over and over again, it does get a little.
Guys don't understand that when they do stupid pickup lines, they gotta come on lines to girls. You're kind of not into it, are you?
Not all the time, but what are you gonna do?
I don't know if there's any Danielle songs. Otherwise, I'll say, "Help me, Danielle, help me, Danielle." I mean, how about you? How do guys variously hit on you? Because obviously, guys must hit on you all the time, right? No, there's not. I'm being honest with you. Explain that, because it sucks sometimes.
They'll be like, oh, like, I like what you're wearing, or like, I don't know, like, they'll like try to like touch me, and I'm just kind of like, can you just
That's
like
creepy,
not
isn't it?
do that, please?
You know what I mean? I'm surprised you're still dealing with Chris. I heard Chris tried to touch you, and you're still with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. She's like, just till the TV show's over. This is my way to get on television. Tell us about the Beantown Beauty Calendar, Chris.
The Beantown Beauty Calendar is an annual calendar that we do to raise awareness and money for breast cancer.
Which is,
Love it.
And what they say on the TV commercial is 100% true. Every single person watching, and every single person in the audience, and every single person up here, I will guarantee you, knows. If they haven't dealt with them firsthand, they know somebody who knows somebody that has been affected by breast cancer. It's the scariest thing,
Exactly.
So explain what the calendar is and what's going on with it.
Basically, it's an annual calendar, and we get the not only hottest girls from Boston, but the most charismatic, intelligent, and fun girls to have a good time, raise money and awareness for breast cancer. We also do weekly events in Boston Theater District, Fridays at Cure Lounge, Saturdays at Guild Nightclub.
I do Friday nights at the Pussycat Cinema.
Oh, nice.
That's also in the Boston. That's in the entertainment district too, but I don't want to talk about that now. I don't want to bring down the class of this segment, because it really is a really good segment. I love what you're doing, because you know what? Even if you don't know somebody now, you know that in all of our lifetimes, we're going to run into somebody that's going to end up being diagnosed with breast cancer. I know somebody, and I'm not going to mention her name because that's not cool, but I know somebody that just lost both breasts, okay? She went to the doctor. This is scary. She goes to the doctor says, come back, but bring some family members with you because you're going to need support. Well, Jesus, watch this. At that point, something's not right. But this girl's got her head on her shoulders. She's handling it with the utmost, you know who I'm talking about, you listen, you'll watch her right now. With the utmost amount of class and dignity, she's handling the whole thing. How do you guys, as for the women, how do you ladies, it's gotta be so close to you, and not even just your heart, but it's gotta be like a nauseating gut feeling inside of you, you know what I mean? Explain what it is that made you wanna do this.
Well, I just think it's like a great cause, like people just like donating money, and like a family member of mine actually had breast cancer, and it was just like, I don't know, to me it was just like nice to like do something like that, and like it's like great to like be part of something that like helps people out. So
And to know you can do that, there's nothing wrong. I'm an extremely good-looking guy, but so I understand about selling myself. There's nothing wrong with using, as far as this case, using what you have to raise money from perverted guys like me. But you know what? It's not a bad thing in this situation, because these perverted guys are going to be raising a ton of money. Do you know what I mean? Especially after seeing you girls. Because this is just Shelley Louise is in the calendar as well.
Yes.
I am, matter of fact.
You're in the calendar?
Yes, I am Miss November 2013.
Oh,
There I am.
Listen, what the hell? You showed everybody else but me. If you notice the tattoo, it says ScorchesPFGTV.com.
Or it says Chris Laraslara. But anyway, enough of me. Let's look at all these amazing things too that Danielle's brought with us.
Oh, that's
Not
great.
yet, because
No?
I'm not there. I still want to talk about the calendar. We're trying to promote the calendar.
Okay.
So now the calendar, how long did it take you to do the shoot? Because people think, oh, we're good. Like not everything happens in one take, right? Except for this show. The hell are you laughing at? I'm gonna rip out your page of the calendar now.
yeah, see how it is.
Look at her confidence. Yeah, like you're gonna do that. So yeah, tell us about that.
It was at Marina Bay. I did it with actually Mike Zudos over there. Very good photographer.
Yep, performer.com.
Yep. So it was just like an all-day kind of shoot. Like he put together a great team, and it was just awesome. We shot on the beach. We shot at the deck, like on a boat.
Did Nick Ferrano from Marina Bay give you money?
No.
Nick Ferrano, I'm going to call you out right now. Marina Bay, I know you have a piece of that. Help the girls out because it's a really good cause, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know he's a big part of Marina Bay. But they let you do the shoot there, which is a good thing, you know? So, I mean, I give it up for that. How much money, I mean, obviously you want millions, but how much is your realistic goal for this calendar?
For this year, it's $50,000.
That's it?
Good.
And I don't mean like, you know, honest to God, that's $50,000. It doesn't sound like a whole hell of a lot, you know?
No, that's good. I think that's a fair amount, especially
That's what I mean.
in today's economy. That's,
Today's economy, it's
that's really generous.
So, and not only do we raise money, but we also raise awareness.
Which helps as well, you know what I mean?
For all these young ladies to, be educated and know to, properly get checked out.
I'm looking for
to
Chris's,
save the boobies.
I'm looking for rings on Chris's fingers. No wonder why you're doing this stuff with the girls. Good for you, man. How do the girls take to you? They're like, is this guy some sort of skeevy pervert or is he legit? How'd you girls take to that when it first came about? Were you kind of questionable? Because you know what? You got to question it at this point, right? You got to say, wow. I mean, if I said, hey, girls, I'm doing a PFG calendar. Come on out. He'd be like, scram. But how did it, you knew it was legit? Did you feel good? Did you see credentials? How did that happen?
I don't know. He's like a really nice guy. Like,
Oh, God.
Well, this is my 5th year doing it. So
He's a really nice guy. Hey, you're a hot-looking girl. Take your clothes off for a calendar. I'm a really nice guy.
sicko.
And what about you? You haven't said anything yet. Talk to us. What's your idea? What's your take on this calendar? And what month are you?
I'm actually not featured in the
Oh, no?
2013.
Well, that's sick. That's just sick, Chris.
But I will say, we're all looking for a cure, so every cent counts, and go get your calendar today.
And you know what? That's a whole other issue. And as God is my witness, this is the truth. People think, oh, I can't donate hundreds of dollars, so I'm going to look like an idiot. No, you know what? If everybody watching, listening, buying the calendar, everybody would donate $1. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We have 7.5 million homes watching this show. If everyone would donate $1, that is just an insane amount of money. Don't think, oh, that's not enough. You know what? 20 cents is 20 cents more than you had before it happened, you know what I mean? And that's something people have to understand.
Yeah. And they can go right to beantownbeauty.com and donate there.
So there is a spot right there.
Yeah, there's a website. And
it's tax dedeductible. You know what I mean? You can look at it that way. No, some people look at it that way.
Hey. Hello. Hey, let me put my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, do talk.
Okay, because I've had breast cancer in my family, going back to my grandmother and, other members of my family. And I think everybody, like he says, knows somebody, that has it. Yeah. And we're all working on that. And I think, we're getting closer and maybe this is one of the cancers we can beat. But I think it's really evident and clear that, God is a man because that's why they have 2.
You know what, Sibby? If I threw this over there, it would make you, I swear to God. So how much has the calendar done so far? Have it done?
It's $20, and we are actually not allowed to say how much we made so far.
No, I don't, yeah.
A whole bunch.
That's his account.
Gil has bought every calendar you have.
Yeah, exactly.
The funny thing, Gil's a weird guy. Gil Correa, one of the friends of the show, is out in the crowd. Gil, which is for whatever reason, Gil's weird. Gil bought the calendar, but then airbrushed my face on all the girls.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that? I'm like, Gil, come on, dude. I don't look like that, Now, where can people get the calendar? You said that...
They can go on to beantownbeauty.com and purchase the calendar there, or they can go to our weekly Friday night at Cure Lounge and our weekly Saturday night at Guilt Nightclub, which we work with New England Events, Green Tea Enterprises, and Performer.com.
Good for you. Now, for you girls that are on the couch here, because everybody watching, especially the girls, like sons of bitches, sons of what are you looking at, honey? But where can guys see you? Do you all have websites, like your own personal websites? You all, no, maybe.
Yeah, they're on Craigslist.
Shut the hell up, Sydney.
Just kidding.
No, do you have, there's nothing wrong with that question. Do you all have your own websites? Can people see, do you do more modeling than just this, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So where can people see you?
We have like Facebook pages, and I'm also part of like an agency, so like that's how people like normally contact me.
Yeah.
So, don't you have Model Mayhem too?
Are you with Model Mayhem? I know those people.
I do have a page on Model Mayhem. I also do have a Facebook. A little bit more up and coming, so we'll just see what happens. Looking forward to it.
You look like Cheryl Tiegs used to look when she was hot. No, do you know what I mean? She does. She looks like Cheryl Tiegs.
Oh, now the Cheryl Teague people are gonna start calling.
I don't care. I'm not saying anything bad about him. You know what I mean? I don't get in trouble for that no more. And so what would you like to see come out of this calendar, other than a lot of money? Would you like to see some other work come out of it? Is this a platform for you to jump off and do more modeling stuff?
Yeah, it's like nice to promote myself, but yeah, I don't know.
Great answer. That'll help you a ton.
Well, she's in a couple of other magazines with Performer.com and Candela magazine.
Oh, now you can start bringing this up. There you go. And we talked about this off the air. I explained that I have that same dress and I was going to wear it today.
Shut up.
But my shoulders have grown so bulky since I've been sick that it wouldn't fit right anymore. You know?
Yeah, nice excuse.
Do you enjoy doing what you're doing? Do you love it?
I do love it. I love it a lot. I love meeting new people. I love working with people. It's just like great. It's awesome.
Do you ever have, and both of you, I'm asking both of you guys, all three of you, do you ever have times that you don't want to do it? You're just like, oh, I got a gig tonight, I got to go meet 1,000 people, and I just really am not into it. And then you're out there, and you're like, hey, everybody, it's nice to see you. And as soon as you go backstage, like, son of a... It happens, right?
It does happen, yeah, but you make
Just
the
don't
best
say
of it,
right
and it's
now.
like fun.
I know, right? I'm worried about that. I would love to have you girls come back on, and you too, Chris. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How's that for an afterthought, right?
With the beer guys.
I'm not an American male, right? I'm like, I'd love to have you girls come back on. Oh, yeah, and you too, Chris. So I'll tell you what, give us a couple of weeks. We'll have you come back on. We'll promote the calendar again. 2013 has just started, you know what I mean? What do you have in the very near future that you can talk to us about? What do you have from February on that you can tell us quick?
We're going to be doing a couple of fashion shows at our weekly events. We'll be doing some photo shoots, and that's what we have, coming up in the next couple of months.
Very good. It's the girls and Chris Angel from Beantown Beauties, a Red 13 media presentation. Yeah. And I'll tell you what. We have a lot more of the show coming up. We're going to have a flashback with Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad. And we have a lot more, including Peter McNeely. Oh, yeah. On Scorch's PFG TV. We're coming right back. Mark Farner from Grand Funk on the show today, but now, very special guest. He once beat the living tar out of Mike Tyson.
Can we get a drum roll?
Can we get a drum roll for this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's Fonzie. We didn't even introduce you yet, man. It's Peter McNeely. Give it up for Peter McNeely. Hey, come on now. Give it up for Peter McNeely. The funny thing is, Peter's been in boxing so long, he forgot that was his name. Sibby had to go tell him, oh, no, that's you, dude. Oh, hang on. Oh, I love this. Oh, we got to plug him in. That's the only way he works. Peter McNeely's a robot.
Plug him in.
He's a robot after so many years.
Hurricane Peter McNeely, y'all.
Peter McNeely.
All right.
Now, how come when you played for the we don't have time for that. When you played for the Bruins, you called yourself Cam McNeely? Is that right?
Cam McNeely.
Cam McNeely? They didn't want another Irish guy on the team, so they just changed it to Cam Neely?
No, for me it was just a love affair with a family history of boxing.
Good for you.
Right.
But growing up in Medfield, growing up in a small town like Medfield, where the heck you gonna box? So I had a love affair with music.
Good for you.
The first time I can remember drinking a couple of beers, smoking a little herb, about 11 years old in my buddy's cellar.
Aren't you the lead singer of the Mickey Mouse Club?
20 years later, I had that guy sing my fight song when I came out to fight.
Yeah! The funny thing is, Peter was just holding my arm. Look, come here. You were just holding my arm down like that. The funny thing is, it was my fight. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything, man. You have to hold my hand down. Yeah! I beat you up once many years ago. We're gonna show you a video of that soon.
For sure, I kept it a local thing.
Hey, Peter, you know what? We have a lot of things I want to talk about. We don't have a whole lot of time, though. Let's talk about you and Tyson.
Wait a minute.
Because Peter, what?
I was going to say, why don't you tell us about your dad?
Yeah, tell us about your dad.
Say history.
My dad fought for the heavyweight championship of the world against Floyd Patterson in 1961.
Actually, here's a picture of his dad with Floyd Patterson right now.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, that's your mom? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's cool. She's beautiful.
My mom came seventh runner-up in Miss Universe.
How about that?
Hello.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, runner-up in Mr. Universe. So your dad was he had a big name in boxing,
But, you know, like, when I was 7 years old, I crawled up the attic. I'm living in Medfield. We're going to box in Medfield. So I crawled up in the attic, found my dad covering Sports Illustrated, covering Ring Magazine, and I became enthralled in the sport of boxing. I'm 7 years old. We're gonna box in Medfield.
This, I don't mean any, no offense, but this could very well be the first time we're gonna have to run subcaptions at the bottom of the screen so we get.
But what I done, I went to Bridgewater State College. I graduated.
You did?
But I didn't start boxing until between my freshman and sophomore year of college, because Brockton was right there. You could have beat it. It was really about my dad and my grandfather.
Can we get a picture of this?
Oh, yeah, look at this one.
This is a picture of his dad, and explain this picture.
Who's that guy in the middle?
Right, this is the weigh-in for my dad in his prime before he fought for the title. And he fought this guy 3 times. And this is at the weigh-in when they get on the scales. And the referee's in the middle. And who's the referee? Rocky Marciano.
The great Rocky Marciano.
And my dad fought 3 world champions, a who's who of top 10 contenders. He sparred with Ali twice. I mean, you know, I was nothing compared to my dad.
And you know what? A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that Rocky Marciano, 20 years later, turned into Don King. So explain how Don King is in this picture with you.
I had a 4-year deal with Don King, and you know, people are like, oh, don't do that. Listen, the guy pays the most, and he gets you the biggest things. Hey, and I hate to quote him, but only in America. Only in America.
Yeah.
So,
a kid from Medfield grow up and fight Mike Tyson.
now here's a great picture.
That's a beauty
This is
right
a
there.
great picture right here. Explain this picture of you putting a kibosh onto Mike Tyson's
Mike
face.
Tyson.
I'm getting with a right hand here, but the funny thing was my whole amateur career, my whole professional career. I had 21 amateur fights, 54 pro fights. So basically I had 75 fights. But my thing was the left hook. I had no right hand, and I'm hitting him with a right hand.
Hey, can I ask you this? Having nothing to do with anything, I don't know if the camera guys get a close-up of this. What did you melt on this frame right here? Is that like a bong hit?
No,
is that the Peter McNeely bong hit that melted the frame?
The light,
the lights melted. I
the
see it.
chain came off and it bleed down.
Now, and be honest, that picture of Mike Tyson right there, when you were punching him,
I like this
were you
one.
saying, oh, I would so do Robin Givens, douche?
How about this one? I'm gonna bite his ear off.
You see that? See, that's how Mike Tyson got the idea. Peter McNeely said, I'm going to bite his ear off.
So,
And what is Tyson saying right there?
what he
You never did my wife.
he said when he bit Holyfield, he said, paper chew.
Paper chew.
Paper chew.
Dub.
So now let me ask you this. If we were to arrange it, okay, that I were to box you in a charity match.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sibby were to box.
No. I'll be selling the freaking concessions. I ain't boxing.
I have a guy in the green room that wants you.
I know that. That's what I'm talking about.
If it's a girl that wants me, I'm fighting.
So listen, so Peter, here's what I want to do. I would love to arrange that sometime in the next couple of months. I would love to, but the deal is, you can't actually show up.
You get the flu.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to challenge you and badmouth you and then I want you to say, that son of a bee never showed up.
It's kind of funny. You know, my last fight was 3 months before September 11th.
Yep.
And at the end of my career, it's fights on short notice. It took 4 of my last 7 fights on 8 days' notice.
Ouch.
Have gloves will travel.
Paladin.
But, you know,
Did you love everything you did, though? Did you have a good career? Are you enjoying it?
only in America.
See, you know what I mean? God bless. You know what?
Yeah.
It's boxing professional Peter McNeely, my friend.
Yeah.
How can people...
All right.
Oh, you egotistical SOB. How do people see some of your stuff? If people still want to see your stuff, is it on YouTube and stuff like that?
We got the Tyson fights all over YouTube. I got probably 4 or 5 fights on YouTube, but I had 54 fights.
Right.
Like, you don't hear that these days. You know, back in the 70s, guys would have like Roberto Duran had 120 pro fights.
You know how many fights your host has had? Ask him.
Yeah, I've been in professional
Ask him
wrestling.
how many fights he's had.
With his wife?
One more,
No,
I've
no,
never been married because
wife?
one more thing very quickly, and all honest, he said he was going to bite his ear. You know what he's saying right here? Watch Scorch's PFG TV. You fool! Give it up for Peter McNeely! Thank you so much, man. I would love to have you back on the show real soon. Oh, here we go. Oh, I thought he was going to kill me. So listen, here's what I need. We're going to do a quick sponsor break. We're coming back. We're going to close out the show live today on Scorch's PFG TV. So we're behind the scenes. As we told you earlier, we were live at the Esplanade with Mark Farner of Grand Funk fame. And Mark, I swear to God, man, this is just like a pleasure and a thrill. So I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, man. My pleasure, brother.
And as we were talking off the camera, my girlfriend, I'm dating a young girl now. I feel good for an old guy. I'm dating a young chick.
Yeah.
And she says, man, are you going to be able to move like that when you're Mark's age? I said, I can't even move like that now. I want to be alive at Mark's age. Dude, you still have your crap together, man.
Thank you. You know, I married a woman 13 years younger than me, and she keeps me humping.
Can we say that on Scorch's PFG TV? You know what? A lot of people, obviously, they ask you the question about the Beatles. So I'm going to put it a different way because people probably always say, you know what? What was it like to know that you sold more tickets than the Beatles? So what I'm going to say is, do you ever just say, wow, you know what? The Beatles must have sucked because we kicked their ass as far as ticket sales. Because people don't get that you have a record for Shea Stadium selling. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, I'm the garage band from Flint, Michigan, turned into like world famous. Why? Because the music was saying what my fans wanted to say, what everybody wanted us to say. People, let's stop the war, you know, during the Vietnam era, and save the land, and, you know, I'm your captain, and the songs that people related to because this was their heart as well. And I am proud to say that was 100% my songs at Shea Stadium, because this was before anybody else was writing music. Yep. And that was from my heart, and God bless those people who showed up because they showed their hearts.
Because I got to tell you, Paul McCartney, we invited him to come here tonight, and he refused. He's like, I'm not going to come there. That guy beat us in ticket sales. I will not be on the same show as him. So you know what? I said, to hell with you, Paul McCartney. We don't want you on the show. We have Mark Farner. So you know what? Good for you, man.
That's right. And you know,
the cut.
Well, thanks, brother. And let's face it, American bands really, we got it like up on everybody else, right? Yeah. You know, and the biggest reason, we don't have to fake the accent.
You know, and you said something today. You said something which I really loved. You said something earlier. You said, God bless what's left of America. Tell us about that.
Well, it's It's
Isn't it true, though?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, only if you get wrapped up in mainstream, because they want us to believe all this shit's coming down and everything's falling apart. Debt is our enemy. And I mean, there's two ways to conquer a nation. You can kick their ass, conquest, or you can enslave them with debt. And that's what happened to us in 1913 with that Federal Reserve Act. But people, I don't want to see a 100-year anniversary of this kind of cruelty. We got to get our country back. And the way to do that is we have our money work for us, not for the families, European families that own the Fed. Just saying.
Now, what's it like when you're at your shows and you see people that are about 130 dancing around and, you know, they got the oxygen tubes up their nose, and that's quite a bit different from when the band started off, huh?
Yeah, but at least, you know, they're still sucking air.
It's Mark Farner and Mark Farner of Grand Funk fame. So now, correct me if I'm wrong, Some Kind of Wonderful, was that a #1 hit birthday present for you? Is that right? Did that break #1 on your birthday?
It sure did. Yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful. And the Soul Brothers 6 did it first. A regional hit in Michigan. The Soul Brothers 6 was out of Ann Arbor.
Yep.
And we loved that song. We used to do it like on the way to the gigs in the back of the limo. We're warming up our vocals with Some Kind of Wonderful. And the manager goes, "What is that song?" I said, "Are you kidding me, man? It's the Soul Brothers 6. We got to do that song." So, Jimmy Einer produced it, and it was a big hit. And thank God it was on my birthday. #1.
No, you see, if it wasn't on your birthday, it wouldn't have made it to #1. You know what I mean? Because the stuff, the song ain't that good, man.
Well,
I've never been
too much. Man.
I've never been able to.
On the clutch.
I've never been able to tell a legend that, you know what, your song ain't that good, man. Let's face facts. That was just a birthday gimme, man. Right. You know what, Mark Farner from Grand Funk, thank you so much for being on Scorch's PFG TV, and God bless you, brother.
And you.
Thank
Knock 'em alive.
You got it. It's Red. It's Scorch's PFG TV. We're coming right back. Thank you.
She's alright. My baby's clean out of sight. Don't you know that she's some kind of wonderful? Yeah, she is. She's some kind of wonderful. Yeah, I know that she is. She's some kind of wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I hold her in my arms, you know she sets my soul on fire. I said, ooh, with my baby kissing me. Oh, hot girl fills me desire. With the breath of loving all around me. She drives me out of my mind. Yeah, when my baby kisses on me, she's been up and down my spine. My baby, she's alright. My baby, clean outside. Help me out, what is she do? Some kind of wonderful. Yeah, she is. She. Some kind of wonderful. Yeah, I know that she is. She. Some kind of wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's really funny, yeah. Got a sweet little woman like mine. Come on, fellas. Got to be somebody, yeah. Got a sweet little woman like mine. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You know I'm talking about. She
Thanks to Red 13 Media, thanks to Jim, thanks to Anthony, thanks to Leroy, thanks to Brian, thanks to Kurt. We gotta thank a lot of people up here. First is Chris Angel and the girls from the Boston Beauties. Oh yeah. And of course, Peter McNeely. Yeah, Hurricane. It's our girl Shelley. It's our boy Sydney. My name is Scorch. And you know what it all's about, right? We will see you next time live right here on Scorch's PFG TV.